Welcome to Studio 7 Dance School's interview session. I am Charlene Johnson, and I have the pleasure today of interviewing, someone who is so special to all of us. She is the director, the principal, the head tutor of the Studio 7 Dance School, and I must say it's an honor and a privilege to have her with us today. So I would like to introduce everyone to Mrs. Carol Matthew Webb. And Carol, it is a pleasure having you. Thank you for agreeing to be interviewed today. How are you?
I am good, Charlene, and thank you. Thank you for encouraging me to be here. You know, I'm camera shy. I don't like the forefront, but I'm glad that I am here with you today.
Awesome. I must say, I am waiting to hear some of the answers you have for us because, you know, so many people around have heard about Studio 7 Dance School and they see the children, they see the adults, but I don't think any time at all we have ever gotten an opportunity to find out a little bit more about the school, about the history, where it came from, what inspired you to start the school. So I have a few questions that I've jotted down, and
Yes.
I would really like to hear from you on them. The first question is, what really made you get into dancing? Why dancing?
Well, it was a time when we was looking for, my husband and myself was looking for something to do together, extra. Dancing is something that I have always loved. My husband also loved it because we do clubbing and stuff with our friends. And a Sunday evening, while driving through Arima, we came across a dance class. So of course we stopped and we inquired, we got the information. I came back, told my cousins about it, my friends who normally hang, and we immediately enrolled into the class on the Sunday nights.
Wow. So so this was something like a group you saw with your
Yes.
friends and you just liked it and decided to get into it.
Yes.
All right. So tell me something. I know that you are one of the founders of the Studio 7 Dance School, right?
Yes.
How did you come up with this idea to open a school?
Well, again, the classes were on a Sunday night. So after a period of time, it became tedious to actually leave the house on a Sunday evening because, you know, being a mom, a wife, working, the Sunday is the day that you tend to prep for the next week ahead and you try to get some rest. Now and again, yes, you will run out. But so it became sort of tedious sometimes to actually have to, okay, after doing everything and preparation, now you have to go out. So I went to the tutor at that time, at that class, and I asked if he would have been interested in actually coming out and teach a class that was convenient to my timing.
Right.
At that time, my uncle had recently acquired a club in Arima, Club Castle, and I had access to the facility. So once the teacher said yes, it was just go on with the win one time. So there emerged Club Castle dance class actually, and that's how we started as a dance class. So we started, I took a day, I think it was a Wednesday we had started, and we started with about 8 students, and then it just blossomed from there.
So tell me something. Club Castle, at what point did you decide to change that name Club Castle to Studio 7?
Well, unfortunately, after about close to 2 years, my uncle decided he wanted us to do something different at the club. So I had to look for a place because at that time we had over 20 students, 20 adults already that was interested. They weren't just coming just to learn a routine. By that time, they were interested in understanding technique. The tutor at that time, Sheldon Leslie, needed assistance, so I had already started learning more and helping him teach and stuff like that. So I didn't want to see it fall apart, so we started looking for another location, and that's why looking for the location. The Arima Tennis Club was one of the places that I went and inquired about the days that was available, the course and so forth, and we were able to get 2 days because at that time in the shift also I was able to extend the class because we used to meet once a week. I was able to extend it to cater for beginners, intermediate, and we were able to secure 2 days, which was Tuesdays and Fridays, which we still hold now. And we needed to change the name because, of course, there was no longer a club classroom. So my husband and myself started to talk. We talked about what the school already does. It was no longer a class. We actually used to do different things because when Mother's Day or Father's Day, Christmas dinner, we will, put on a little showcase where we create our own entertainment for our friends and family who come into line with us. So we used to do little skits, little joke, little plays, and highlight the dance. So I said, okay, well, we're not a dance school only, we are a studio, we doing other things. And then, well, he said, well, it can't just be studio what? And then we said, okay, think about numbers, and we started playing with numbers. And then we said, well, Lucky 7, and then we related back, to the importance of number 7 in the Bible. And then there became Studio 7 Ballroom and Latin Dance School.
Wow.
Because at that time we were only doing Ballroom and Latin only. But as the years proceed, we dropped off the Ballroom and Latin and we just have Studio 7 Dance School because we offer so much more besides just Ballroom and Latin.
Oh boy. Very, very, very good history. I mean, thank you for sharing that with me. I never knew, about Studio 7 and how it originated. And it's very, very interesting. And I love the fact that you use that number 7 and the history behind it.
Yes.
This is so great because, I see now from what you are saying, it's like you started off just wanting a class, wanting to practice.
Yes.
And then I see where you were able to get a space and get people to teach. And then you didn't let whatever obstacle come your way. You moved on and I'm seeing the progress. And this is fantastic. I see where you have a lot of entrepreneurial skills in you. Okay, so I have another question. What did you want to accomplish by having a dance school? What was your ultimate desire?
Was just to share the passion that I realized that I had for it. Because again, being involved in the class and now being the owner of a class with changing in a school and with the amount of people that came in, the tutor would have needed assistance to help. So I myself had to get more involved in understanding the dance genres, understanding the technique. And with everything, once you understand it, you tend to have a better, a better appreciation for it, right? And in finding ways to explain that to individuals also brought out in me just now I have to find it. Brought out in me the ability to actually share my passion, right? And to encourage others to do it. So for me, when I saw that I was able to help do that, I just wanted everyone to understand what it is that we are doing, appreciate, find the same love that I had grown to find with it, and to actually see where it could lead you.
Wow.
Right? And having done that and being able to put off showcases and entertainment, seeing the enjoyment on the students' face, seeing the enjoyment on their family and their friends that come to see what they learned and to enjoy it, that was just phenomenal.
Awesome, awesome. So I see here where he had such a passion for it and he didn't just want it to be dance, he also wanted to learn more so that you would be able to impart it to students. And that is fantastic because it's a part of you and I see it even when you teach the students, the passion. All right, so what year did you start the school? Can you remember what year? Studio 7?
2004.
2004. Okay, so tell me something. Are there only adults in the school right now?
Well, no. We, after that time, and having met you, we branched off into adults and youths.
Nice.
So we were able, when I met you, was in 2011. And I'm so grateful that you stuck with it. You stayed persistent. And by that time, we had already moved from Club Castle and we were already Studio 7. We were at the Arima Tennis Court at that time, where we are still today operating out of. Right? And having met your daughter, Jewel, that awesome Tuesday evening, I'm sorry I don't remember the exact date in April, but it was really, really a joy and a a godsend for her to come into my pathway. Because after seeing how Jewel was able to follow the instructions, follow the rhythm, the dance, and as a child, I was said, wow, if I could get her to do what I can do again. And it was just mind blowing. And from there, again, I went back and I advertised. It was close to Easter, so parents were looking for something for children to do. And I think enrollment, we got over 30 children.
Wow.
Within that first 2-3 weeks. I think the course ran for 3 weeks. And it was awesome. And after that, it was just going with the wind.
Yes.
Again, there was no way I could have just stopped and say, well, yes, see you all next when school is out. It just had to continue. And there was the start of the youth arm.
Wow.
So we now teach both adults and children.
Wow. You know, Mrs. Webb, I find that all over I'm hearing the passion. I mean, even in terms of the children. I mean, I have seen you work with the children and you are phenomenal. The children cannot misbehave with you. I mean, you have this way about how you lead them, how you direct them, and you have a really genuine love for them. I have noticed it, and from speaking with you now, I recognize that it's all because of that love and that passion and that desire to see the children improve,
aspire and excel.
I'm so
it's
glad.
important to me. Again, why I said, and I use it as my opportunity, really and truly, to give back. We all are placed here for a reason and to do some sorts of works, right? And I think with me getting back involved in dance and in the way that I got involved in dance and what was the opportunity that it brought to me, you know, being with adults, being with the kids. And back at the name again, I will say I'm not just a dance teacher. I am a mother. All my children, I am their second mother. When they're with me, unfortunately, I am their parent, both mom and dad. Mom and dad can't come and interfere there. That's our time, right? They understand and they respect the rules that I operate with. And it's not that it's overly rigid because I allow them to be themselves, but I let them know when it's time to stop. There's a time and place for everything and how far to go, right? And besides being a tutor, I'm a counselor, I am a doctor, I have sometimes put on a hat, and it's not only for the kids, a hat as a counselor, a doctor, a psychiatrist, a friend, mother, sister. When I need to be, I'm a brother, big brother also, you know, and it's a way for me to help others just be themselves, to release when they need to release. If someone needs to talk, I am there to listen. If I need to talk to someone, I'm there to give the token. If they just want to sit and just smile, we are there to smile. If they just need someone just to give a joke with, that is there within our realm also. You know, so it's about connection, it's about being a brother's keeper, helping each other to be the best that we can be in whatever that we want to be.
Wow, awesome. You know what, Mrs. Webb, I have also realized that so many schools out there is about the money. You know, a lot, it's just about the money, but I am hearing out of you that I haven't heard money yet. I've heard so much about the love and the passion, and now I'm hearing where through dance you are giving back to the society. You know, you are being a mother, a counselor. So many children have no one to talk to, adults as well. So I am really, really blessed to really be a part of Studio 7, and I must say that everything I've heard from you so far, I have seen it displayed in your interaction with the students and adults. So
thank you.
Awesome and excellent work. Now I just have a few more questions. Could you state some of the accomplishments of Studio 7 from the inception to date? What are some of the accomplishments that stand out to you?
All right, well, having taken care of the recreational part and, you know, helping everyone to understand the dances with the tutors and stuff like that, because I am not the only tutor, by the way. I cannot do it by myself. I assisted Sheldon. I myself took on the responsibility and make sure that I became certified. I hold a diploma in club dancing and associate degree in ballroom and Latin. So that's my main forte. But we also offer other styles, especially for the youths. When the youth came on board, in order to make sure that they stay interested in it, I had to also widen our genres that we offer. So we also do hip hop, we do cheerleading, and we do contemporary, for which we have these right individuals for each genre. Those that you will meet later on when you all are talking with them. So over the years, we have started for recreational purposes, and the desire to display and to show what they learned is always at the forefront. So we started entering competitions. The first competition we entered was back in 2009 in Antigua, where the adults wet their feet. We weren't very successful in the sense that we didn't place in the first three. I think we came second to last, if I'm not mistaken, that year, because of our understanding for the rules and stuff. So we had some holding which was not allowed and formation changes that was not allowed in line dance at that time. And then we were all ready for the following year, but we didn't compete because of bad weather. We had some hurricane in Barbados that year. And by 2011, we went back with a bang. And at that year, we had entrance not only the adults in the line dance, but we also had your daughter and her partner, Tiger, that took part in the ballroom Latin and club Latin, and was very successful across the board. The adults came second in the line dance.
Wow.
Tiger and Jewel placed first and second in two of the categories that they entered. And after that, it was no stopping, because by that time when we came back, everybody wanted to be in competitions. So it was full work ahead and full drive, whereby the children, I had to partner them up, and as the years go by, they place. I had couples that placed first, second, and third. I had one or two that may not have been that successful, but they enjoyed it and they grew. I had the adults continue. We had to look for partners for the adults, because unlike the ladies, the youth, sorry, under 18 we can have, under 18 yes, under 18 we can have female dance with female, but that's not allowed for the adults. So we had to try and get some men for the adult ladies. We have had some success there also in competitions over the years, in the regionals, in the dance sports in Tobago, and other little competitions around. You know, so we have, and in the cheerleading also, we have been very successful, and our hip hop way successful until we have even represented the country in 2019 out in Costa Rica, and we placed third.
Wow.
That has been the highlight of our years thus far, and that followed in 2020 when COVID hit, with we being online. We had two couples entered ballroom and Latin competitions and did very well. We stand up very well to the international students out there. They placed, I had first and second placings coming out there. The categories wasn't that packed, but the quality that we were able to put out there was amazing.
My goodness, you look so proud of your students, and
Very
you
much.
should be,
Very
because
much so.
I know the hard work that you put into it. I'm looking there at your trophies. I'm seeing so many trophies and accomplishments, and you really should be proud, because from where you started and what you are telling me is going on today, it is fantastic. Great growth, and really, really a good example for the youths and adults.
And I would like to encourage people to like our channel. We have a YouTube channel, and what we have started doing after we launched our recent online showcase is uploading some of the clips that we have from way back when. From when we started to do our small showcase with tea parties and fashion show and stuff like that, when some of them was way down here, and then you will see them up here now in this year. And even as you watch them dance, you will see how they grew and how the development came about. Even in the adults, from where they start and how they improved. So keep looking out at our channel, subscribe, like, and you will see the trend that I'm now speaking about the growth about our students.
Awesome. Well, I have liked and subscribed from day one, Mrs. Webb, because I have seen some items loaded on that channel, and it takes me right back to the beginning. So it's really a joy to view that Studio 7 channel on YouTube, is it right? Okay. Now, if you had one wish that you would like to come true for Studio 7, what would it be?
Oh, well, having experienced that competition in Costa Rica and the experience with the online international competition, it is a desire of mine to actually have the students compete on more international platform in person. So I'm hoping things go well, that we could actually do it in person. But it is one of my desires to actually take them out there and for us to be able to stand up against the international students out there who have been competing, most of them long before us. But I believe we have what it takes to stand up next to them and give them a good run. So I would love to see that. In addition to, I would like us to, we are looking to get, not like us, but we are looking to get involved in musical theater also, because I've seen what it helps, how it helps the character of your daughter.
Yes.
How it help her come out to where she is right now. And for those that are looking to be involved, whether it's professionally or still just to continue as a recreation on the side, you know, that will help them to develop their character, help them to be strong. And so I would like to offer that to the kids also, bring it on our platform. Because as you mentioned before, it's not about the money, but it's about offering opportunities as best as possible. And hence the reason why we also do a lot of fundraisers and stuff like that, so that we could bring stuff to the kids, bring stuff to the adults, right? Because as I said, it's not only about dance. We have done courses with them with ethnic training. We have done work where we do community work. We go out and we help the needy. We visit homes. And there are a lot more that, you know, that I would like them to do, as we are doing this exercise now, and we will be preparing some of them and doing interviews for some of them. That is something that I would like to help them with also. So, you know, I will look for someone that could actually come in and help them to know what it takes to conduct an interview, what is required, because at some time they would be interviewed. You know, they are all growing up, they have to go for their jobs, look for jobs that they would like and stuff like that. So it's all about providing avenues of opportunities that they could get the opportunities when it comes to their way.
Awesome, awesome. I mean, given your history in terms of how you started, I have no doubt that additional area you want to add in, and all of those aspects, they are going to happen, because you seem to be a person who is given to your dreams, given to have a passion for what you want to do. And I know in probably a few years, we're going to hear so much more about Studio 7. We're going to hear about the musical theater and all of that. So, I mean, it's holistic as far as I'm hearing from you. It's not just about dance. It's so holistic, given to the poor. I mean, I love what you are giving to society. Excellent job. All right?
Thank you, thank you.
So, one last question, and I think I want it because people are listening. And, you know, sometimes we feel as if these things happen very easily. You know, I mean, Mrs. Webb wanted to do a dance school, and she just had the passion for it, and she went, and she has reached this point. But I know it doesn't always happen that easily. So tell me something. What challenges did you face in, let's say, starting and keeping a school like this running all these years, even through a pandemic, and how you overcame that? That's something I really want to know. Did you have any challenges, or was it just smooth sailing?
Oh, no, definitely not. It was no always smooth sailing. From the get-go, well, of course, you have your overhead costs, which must be covered. And Studio 7 we are a non-profit association, right? But having overhead costs, you still have to make sure that you're getting money coming in. So we still have to put things in place if it is that the numbers in class, we don't get those numbers, and then it will have times that based on what people are going through at home, they may not be able to pay on time. And we are not one that will say, okay, you didn't pay, so no, you can't come back when you get the money or so forth. Because things happen. And I just always tell people, and they say, one hand don't clap, one hand slaps. It takes two hands to clap, right? So there are give and takes. So hence the reason why we have an executive in place within our school, and we have committees that are in charge of certain things. So from time to time, you will see a lot of fundraisers. You know, at least we try to have at least 4 good fundraisers for the year. And we utilize those funds to make sure that the school could stay above board regardless. Our fees are not very high. It's very affordable. And we intend to keep it affordable because we know tough things are, right? And basically everybody is doing this for a release. So we don't want to add stress. So we make sure that we put things in place to make sure that we can run. So the teachers have to get paid. If I feel to get paid, I want to get paid, right? If need be. And as a director, we need to interject. We'll interject where we need to interject, right? Then one other challenge that we'll have is that we'll have some people will come in and they will tell themselves, okay, I come to learn to dance, and they tell themselves by the first session or the second session, bam, I could dance. It is not like that. Rome was not built in a day. The same thing it takes to dance. And even when I do my workshops with the professionals and stuff to learn the basic step that I understand, that I have read, I know where the foot has to go, and I will still learn something new. And they themselves will tell you, every time they go over, they pick up the book and they read, they will learn something new on the same figure. So at times it is be a challenge to make sure that, you know, that I'm able to keep people involved, interested at the pace that I'm going at based on what I am seeing. Right? So at times in class, I will have small little groups. I will have my little people, my intermediate dancers and more advanced dancers helping me out. But I will be here, there, and everywhere. Right? And that's because I try as best as possible to make sure that the teaching that is needed is given. And that no one is left behind. Right? And then again, meals, lack of meals in the era. I'm lucky that I still have in the youth arm that we have a good fair amount of boys, which we still need more of because of the ratio of girls that we have. But with the adults, the men doesn't want to come out at all. The men, and the ladies are more inclined to be competitive. They're ready. They want to go on the floor. The guys are more laid back at it, you know, and stuff like that. So those are some of the challenges that we have experienced. I'm glad to say that, and I thank God that location is not one of them. We have a very good location. I mean, when we had to move, I was worried when we had to move from Club Castle, but God don't move you from somewhere unless, you know, He see better. And that location that we have been since in 2006 is perfect. I mean, when COVID came out and we had to do stuff online, you know, I look for the good in everything. So it was a time for me, I see that the time for me was to slow down and take some rest that my body actually didn't need because of how my schedule is. And it brought the group closer together, especially with the youth arm, because I spent time online with them. Whilst we did some dancing, yes, but we did other things. So we had trivia games, we had spelling bee, we had an online sleepover. It was so much fun. And then we had some challenges that included some of the parents getting involved. We had this YouTube channel that J-Lo did, The Switch. We took a part of that. Look out for it again on the YouTube channel. And it was so much fun, you know, seeing the parents or the members, brother or sister got involved, and we did that. One of the challenges you all wouldn't see, we even had a singing competition that will stay close to us because we are not singers or nowhere close to being a singer. But, you know, it was overwhelming and it was sad, but it was good. And we made sure we put things in place while we were in lockdown. So as we had the opportunity to go out, we were ready.
Right.
So we had our protocols in place, and again, our location is very big, so distances is not a problem for us. Security, we are secured in a big enclosed area, so we don't have a problem. We didn't have a problem, and I really, really thank God for moving me from where I was to where I am now, and that we are able to operate safe and enjoy our dance.
Awesome. And where are you now? Just for those who are listening, where exactly is Studio 7?
At the Arima Tennis Club in Arima, the green big wall just before the hospital.
Awesome. Wow. Well, Mrs. Matthew Webb, I must say I have learned so much more about Studio 7. I came in when it was Studio 7. I didn't even know about Club Castle, you know, and I'm grateful for you sharing of yourself with us. I know that your husband, Mr. Leon Webb, is also co-owner with you, and I'm really grateful for Studio 7. Speaking as a parent, interviewing you, there's so much I've learned. Everything you have told me, I must say a lot of it